A common mistake that I see homeowners make is designing their outdoor kitchen around the grill instead of designing around the overall experience. And that experience has three distinct zones. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the Kitchen Remodel Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Robin Johnson, and I can't wait to chat with you about one of the most exciting topics ever. Kitchen design, right? I mean, who doesn't dream of remodeling their kitchen? Friends, if you're looking to up-level the most important room in your home, I am so glad you're here. As an award-winning designer of over 20 years, kitchens are my absolute favorite room in the house. With hundreds of decisions to be made and thousands of dollars on the line, you won't want to miss an episode. Let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Kitchen Remodel Made Easy podcast. I'm Robin Johnson, your favorite kitchen designer turned remodeling coach, and I'm so glad that you're here today. Today's topic is definitely related to kitchen design. We're just going to move it outside, and I think you're really going to enjoy this. If you've been scrolling through Instagram or Pinterest lately, I am sure that you've noticed that outdoor kitchens seem to be everywhere. Huge grills, pizza ovens, refrigerators, bars, fireplaces, and even outdoor kitchen islands are a real thing. These spaces almost look like a second home in your backyard. So if you're thinking of adding one to your home, you're going to love today's episode. In fact, I had so much information to share when it comes to designing an outdoor kitchen that I divided the podcast into two full episodes for you. In today's part one, we're going to cover some fun facts about outdoor kitchens and why they're growing in popularity. And we're also going to talk about how to begin the process of starting to design one. And it's important that you get it right if you're thinking about adding this to your home because it can be a significant investment. Now, outdoor kitchens have been around for years, but they weren't nearly as elaborate as they have become today. And here's something that might surprise you. After more than 20 years of designing kitchens, yours truly, I've actually been working on designing my very first outdoor kitchen project on a current home that I'm designing, one with all the bells and all the whistles. And, I've certainly designed many homes over the years with built-in grills and maybe a sink and an outdoor seating area, but a fully designed outdoor kitchen from the ground up, well, this one is my first, and I can't wait to show it to you when it's done. Let's begin by talking about why outdoor kitchens are more popular than ever. Years ago, most people had a grill sitting on their deck and maybe a picnic table nearby, and that was about it. I mean, that's kind of what I grew up with. And we would run in and out of the house, to get food and drinks and condiments and anything else that we needed to eat outside. Well, then we kind of upped the game, maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago by adding string lights and some comfortable outdoor furniture. And that category began to grow and the market liked it. And then next, outdoor rugs were introduced, and then even outdoor lighting is now a thing. And then fast forward to today, well, gosh, now there's cabinets, refrigerators, sinks, ice makers, storage drawers, bars, smokers, pizza ovens, TVs, fireplaces, and of course, beautiful dining and cozy lounging spaces that look so comfortable that they look like they could go right inside your home. And these beautiful outdoor rooms, as I'm going to call them, well, they are a luxurious extension of your home. And yes, they are popular. So here's a little nerdy data that I found while researching this podcast. So in the US alone, the outdoor kitchen market was $8.77 billion with a B in 2024 and is expected to reach 16.92 billion with a B dollars by 2033. That is a lot. And 73% of these owners use their outdoor kitchens 3 or more times per week during warm weather. So they're really enjoying these spaces. Now, 83% of realtors say that outdoor kitchens increase resale value, which is great for your home with a typical ROI, return on investment, anywhere from 55 to 200%, and are actually been found to be even more in demand than pools. So that says a lot. Now, the NKBA, the National Kitchen and Bath Association, they did some polling, and what they found was that the typical outdoor kitchen investment was around $13,000 for most people. But about 22% of projects exceeded $30,000. And those high-end luxury kitchen spaces that I was describing earlier with all the stops pulled out, well, they can easily reach $75 to $200,000, including structures, plumbing, electrical work, refrigeration, countertops, lighting, fireplaces, and premium appliances. So, yes, these spaces have definitely grown into an outdoor luxury living experience. Now, some of the reasons why I think these have really gained, momentum is that many people are staying in their homes longer instead of moving. And some of this is just simply due to rising mortgage costs and costs of living in general. Also, many homeowners are choosing to invest in creating a space where family and friends naturally gather because they just want to spend more time at home. And instead of spending money on vacations and leaving, they're just, maxing out where they spend the majority of their time. And I do think that COVID played into this and had a big effect. I think we all realized just how valuable outdoor living space is. And when we kind of were forced to, host people and spend more time together in those quarantine times, I think we kind of fell in love with it. And I think it did have a big impact. So, all of this really is about bringing the people that you love together in an outdoor setting. And I think it's a good trend. So, let's talk about if an outdoor kitchen might be a good investment for you. I always tell clients that the best remodeling decisions begin with one simple question, and that is, how do you live? Are you someone who loves entertaining? Are you someone who wants people to naturally gather at your house? Do you or your spouse like grilling at least 2 or 3 nights during the week, especially like during warmer weather seasons? Do you have a pool in your backyard? Do you have kids or grandkids and spend a lot of time outside? If you can honestly say yes to many of these and you have the budget to invest, then yes, an outdoor kitchen can change your life. It may just become your favorite place in your entire home. However, if you are someone who is constantly traveling or you rarely cook outdoors, maybe you only fire up the grill on the 4th of July, well, I'm going to say no, an outdoor kitchen would not be a wise investment for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes just to be having a beautiful patio and comfortable furniture is all you need. The goal here is to invest in something that suits and enhances your lifestyle. So, if I have your juices flowing, let's talk about how to begin designing an outdoor kitchen. Now, people naturally want to start with all the fun stuff like what kind of grill do I want? Or should we add a pizza oven? Or let's pick out an outdoor refrigerator. And those are all exciting choices, but they're not where you want to start. And now for a quick message. Hey there, if you're planning a kitchen renovation in the next 3 to 12 months, I am so glad you're here. For less than the price of your new kitchen sink, You can purchase my simple step-by-step kitchen remodel made easy course to design, plan, and execute your project like a pro. And just for course purchasers, I even have a community that you can join if you want to ask me questions and have an extra set of eyes on your project. I'll link everything for you in the show notes below. Instead, you want to begin by thinking about how you are actually going to use the space. Because good design, as I always preach, is always about function first, and this is no different than if you were designing your indoor kitchen. A common mistake that I see homeowners make is designing their outdoor kitchen around the grill instead of designing around the overall experience. And that experience has three distinct zones. Let's talk about it. The first one is going to be a place to cook. The second one is going to be a place to eat. And the third one is going to be a place to lounge. Now, those three spaces, they don't have to be huge. They just need to have a purpose. Think about your favorite restaurant. Well, of course, the kitchen isn't in the middle of the dining room, and the dining room isn't going to block the entrance, and everything has a natural flow. And your outdoor kitchen, it should feel exactly the same way. So you want to start by thinking about traffic flow. This is where your outdoor kitchen will either make or break your experience. Imagine that you're standing at the grill, you're cooking burgers, and meanwhile, someone needs a drink, and someone else is heading for the refrigerator, and kids are running through the space, and you're just trying not to like set something on fire or someone on fire as they're passing through. So, if everyone has to cross through your cooking zone every 5 minutes, that is not a good layout, and you're going to quickly realize this. Good design will always create natural pathways. People should be able to move comfortably between your cooking area, your dining area, your seating area, and your backyard without constantly crossing paths with the cook. This is the same principle that we use when designing kitchens inside. Workflow matters, whether you're inside or out. Now, one great solution for this is modular outdoor kitchen units. They are all the rage right now because they allow you to customize that layout and actually rearrange it, and you can add on to it later. So it's going to be the cabinetry, and we're going to get into some of this more in the next episode. But I highly recommend modular cabinetry for outdoor kitchens. All right, let's talk about visual flow. So after you've kind of established what you think might be a good layout for those zones that we just mentioned and how the traffic might flow, you want to start thinking about how is this kitchen going to tie into or work with the rest of your home? You don't want your kitchen to feel like someone simply dropped some random cabinets on your patio with a grill and call it a day. You want it to feel connected to the architecture of your home and your landscape. Now, I'm not saying you need to match your indoor kitchen, but I am saying that it should feel connected somehow. And to do this, you can use one of the core design principles called visual continuity. And this is an easy way to tie two different spaces together by using repeating materials, colors, or architectural details to create that cohesive look. So that is something you definitely want to think about when you are thinking about what kind of outdoor kitchen you might like to incorporate. And you also want your line of sight, the visual flow, to flow naturally. So when your eye goes from your house to your patio and your outdoor kitchen and your landscaping, you want everything to feel intentional, and it will just feel good because it works. And that is what great design does. So, like I mentioned, we're going to get more into specific materials in part two of this podcast. So, next up, I want to talk about climate because that is a big factor in whether an outdoor kitchen even works where you live and how much you think you might get to use it. So, obviously, someone who's building an outdoor kitchen in a state like Colorado has a very different climate and demand from someone that might be building in a coastal area like South Carolina or Texas. And along the coast, you've got humidity, salt air, afternoon thunderstorms, and intense summer heat. So all of that plays a role on if a outdoor kitchen would be a good addition for you and how much you want to invest in it. And also you need to think about things like how much direct sunlight does my space receive? Will this outdoor kitchen be covered, or do I need to build something for shade? Which direction does the wind typically blow? Where will the smoke travel when grilling? And will bugs become an issue once the sun goes down? And also, if you're thinking about including a TV and outdoor television, is it going to be visible in bright daylight? These types of questions are all great to ask long before you begin the material selection process and choosing all those fun finishes. So I hope all of this information has your creative juices flowing, and you can see why pre-planning and thinking through some of these bigger decisions before you kind of jump into the fun stuff is so important. Now, in the next show, we're going to jump into materials like cabinetry and what your options are, countertops and what your options are there, and also what type of flooring works well for an outdoor kitchen. And then I'm going to talk about some materials that you want to avoid in an outdoor setting. So thanks for joining me, and I look forward to chatting some more about outdoor kitchens in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in to the Kitchen Remodel Made Easy podcast. If you want to continue the conversation or share your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you. Head over to my Instagram page at Robin Johnson Interiors and send me a DM. If you're curious how to get started on your own remodeling journey, you can download called the Kitchen Remodel Starter Kit in the show notes below, or you can head to my website and grab it there on the front page. Friends, if you enjoyed today's podcast and you can't wait to hear more, please leave a raving review to help others find me. And if you didn't, well, don't worry about it. And I'll be back soon for more kitchen design conversations.